Bobby, call me Bobby, call me hotter than wasabi, 'cause I'm acting up. I want a sunset ride, a velvet rodeo, a Colorado high, a California glow. I want to see the desert from a painted palomino. Senorita, need to have a little fun.
Morris, Mickey Guyton to Kacey Musgraves. The women of country music are taking over what once was a male-dominated industry. They're breaking barriers and breaking the rules.
You can read all about it in her new book, Her Country, How the Women of Country Music Became the Success They Were Never Supposed to Be. It's written by Marissa Moss, and she joins us now. Marissa, thanks for being with us.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So it is interesting that I do remember back in the late 90s, Shania Twain was all the thing, being the first big, crossover artist who was a woman. And then we had the, what were then known as the Dixie Chicks, now the Chicks. And all of a sudden, did it go away for a while, the women movement, and then come back? Well, tell us the timeline there.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. In the late 90s and early 2000s, you had women on the top of the charts. You had Shania Twain and the Chicks and Faith Hill and Reba. I mean, you could go on. And then something happened. The Chicks obviously had their incident on stage in 2003, and they got booted off of country radio. But a lot of other things happened too that I talked about in the book to kind of chart where the women went on country radio. Obviously, there were still women there making incredible music, but we just weren't hearing them.
So the incident with the Chicks was when I think they criticized George Bush. But why would that affect every other woman in country music? Was there something else happening?
Sure, I think there was kind of a fear about what women might say after that. Were women a little bit more outspoken than everyone thought? Maybe they weren't, they weren't going to be ready to make nice like the Chicks, and I kind of documented that in the book. And it was really interesting to sort of explore how that fear of the Chicks being outspoken translated into fear of all women being outspoken.
Was that a fear of male executives, or were there any females in the room at that time saying, all right, let's talk about this?
Yeah, I think male, but also I think, women can kind of participate in the same systems that men do sometimes when they're nervous about shaking the status quo. And in country music, that is country radio. That is the be all end all for success. So if you ruffle feathers there, you can get in a lot of trouble in terms of easy mainstream success. And certainly the Chicks didn't, and the women that I talk about in this book didn't.
Yeah, interesting. We're showing Miranda Lambert. We've seen Kacey Musgraves. Talk about Mickey Guyton.
Yeah, Mickey Guyton. You may have seen her sing at the Super Bowl. This past Super Bowl, she came to Nashville about 10 years ago, around the same time as Kacey Musgraves and Maren Morris, and just as a Black woman in country music encountered roadblock after roadblock. And she only just released her first debut album. And she's incredibly, she fits in really well with country radio. She would if they would actually, play her.
Yeah, now that's what's interesting. You say despite the fact that women are selling out arenas, only 16% of the songs played on country radio are women artists?
Yeah, it's actually been even less. It can go down to as much as 10%.
What? Now, I think of Carrie Underwood. I think of all these big names, and I think that's most of but I guess not, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. It's been years since Carrie Underwood has even had a #1 song on country radio, believe it or not. And it took Miranda Lambert 3 albums to have a #1 song on country radio. So while we know, we think of country music now, and we do think of Carrie Underwood and Kacey Musgraves, and we think of all those, powerful women that achieve crossover success even, but we don't hear them on country radio still even. Maybe one woman an hour.
I would think social media and just the internet in general would make it so that country radio wasn't quite as popular. I mean, Michael Jackson had his problems. He was still selling things. Has it not changed?
I mean, it's been a huge benefit for a lot of women. I mean, Casey Musgraves doesn't get played at all on country radio, but she has a huge career, and that's kind of how Mickey Guyton got her footing. You know, she started racking up streams for her song "Black Like Me" on Spotify. So everything from Spotify to TikTok, even, you know, I'm an old lady, but you know, that's a great place to find music even. But these are all outlets that women are using to build their, you know, an audience outside of country
Well,
radio.
it's interesting. It's called Her Country. Marissa, we appreciate you joining us. You can go to marissarmoss.com, Twitter and Instagram. You can follow her there as well. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.